Princess Mary, Duchess of Gloucester and Edinburgh. She was born on the 25th of April 1776 at Buckingham House, which is now known as Buckingham Palace, in London. She died on the 30th of April 1857, aged 81, at Gloucester House in London. Her husband was Prince William Frederick, Duke of Gloucester and Edinburgh. Her father was King George III of the United Kingdom. Her mother was Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Mary was baptised on the 19th of May 1776 in the Great Council Chamber at St James's Palace by Frederick Cornwallis, the Archbishop of Canterbury. The king was a devoted father, finding time to often visit the royal nursery, engineering an active play with his young children. He behaved quite informally in contrast to the dignified Queen Charlotte, who had more difficulty abandoning the formal behaviour of her upbringing that was expected of their class. Despite her outer reserve, however, Charlotte took a role as conscientious as her husband in their children's upbringing. For the royal princesses, the Queen carefully oversaw their welfare, education, and the development of moral values. Faced with less time due to her public duties and close marriage to the king, she appointed Lady Charlotte Finch to manage the royal nursery and administer her ideas. According to Flora Fraser, Mary was considered to be the most beautiful daughter of George III, but Flora calls her a bland beauty. Mary danced a minuet for the first time in public at the age of 16 in June 1791 during a court ball given for the king's birthday. In the spring of 1792, she officially debuted at court. Around 1796, Mary fell in love with the Dutch Prince Frederick. While he and his family lived in exile in London, Frederick was a son of William V, Prince of Orange, the Dutch standholder and younger brother to the future King William I of the Netherlands. However, Frederick and Mary never wed because George III stipulated that her elder sisters should marry first. In 1799, Prince Frederick died of an infection while serving in the army, and Mary was allowed to go into official mourning. Mary's younger sister and beloved companion, Princess Amelia, called her Mama's tool because of her obedient nature. Amelia's premature death in 1810 devastated her sister, who had nursed her devotedly during her painful illness. She spent most of her time with her parents and sisters. King George and Queen Charlotte were keen to shelter their children. Mary, however, married on the 22nd of July 1816 to her first cousin, Prince William Frederick, Duke of Gloucester and Edinburgh. On their wedding day, Mary's brother, the Prince Regent, raised the bridegroom style from Highness to Royal Highness, an attribute to which Mary's rank as daughter of the king already entitled her. William Frederick was initially sought to marry Mary's niece, Princess Charlotte of Wales. The historian A.W. Peroud suggests that Mary's motive for marrying her cousin sprang from her dislike of Queen Charlotte's restrictive household. Princess Charlotte observed that the Duke is much in love and tells me he is the happiest creature on earth. I won't say Mary does as much, but being her own mistress, having her own house, and being able to walk in the streets all delights her. The couple lived at Bagshot Park, but after William's death, she moved to White Lodge in Richmond Park. They had no children together. Mary was the last surviving child of King George and Queen Charlotte, and was said to be the favourite aunt of her niece, Queen Victoria. Princess Mary was quite close to her eldest brother, and she shared his dislike toward his wife, their cousin Caroline of Brunswick. When the latter left for Italy, Princess Mary congratulated her brother on the prospect of a good riddance. Heaven grant that she may not return again, and that we may never see more of her. Princess Mary died on the 30th of April 1857 at Gloucester House in London, aged 81 years. And this concludes the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe for future videos. Thank you.